Mother's pot of braised fish. Lan has been a daughter-in-law of Hung's family for 2 years. For 2 years, she lived in a 3-story house in the middle of the city. But every day she felt suffocated. Not because of the cramped space, but because of the constant scrutiny of her mother-in-law, Mrs. Mai, a woman who was widowed early. Used to controlling everything, from money to how to season a pot of soup. Lan is a modern woman, who studied abroad and has a stable office job. But since marrying Hung, she has temporarily put her work aside, stayed home to cook, and took care of her mother-in-law according to her husband's family's wishes. At first, she thought it was filial piety. But gradually, she realized that in her mother-in-law's eyes, all her efforts were invisible. That morning, Lan woke up early to cook braised fish, a dish that Hung really likes. But Lan tried to cook it in a healthier way, with less oil, less salt, and a few new ingredients. She cooked it with love and delicacy. But when she had just left the kitchen to answer the phone, Mrs. Mai quietly opened the pot lid, frowned, and poured in fish sauce, pepper, and thick caramel sauce. She mumbled, "What is this? The fish is bland like vegetable broth. It has lost all the flavor of home." Lan turned around and saw that, surprised, and asked, "Mom, I've already finished cooking, why did you add more spices?" Mrs. Mai didn't even look at her. Just answered briefly, "I'll season it to taste right. You're still very young." Lan gritted her teeth and endured. She knew that if she argued back, she would be scolded for being rude. But her heart felt like it was choking. She had tried every day to integrate, to love, but in return, she was only denied. That evening, when the whole family sat at the table, Hung had just eaten a piece of fish and forced a smile. "It's a bit salty, but it's okay." Mrs. Mai immediately interrupted. "Fish should be braised like this to be delicious. Why would you braise it so blandly? It's like drinking water." Lan put down her chopsticks and calmly said, "If that's the case, then from now on, you should just cook. Whatever I do, you criticize." Mrs. Mai slammed the bowl on the table, her voice harsh. "What do you mean by that? I can't even give you advice? If you're a daughter-in-law and only know how to be sensitive, then quit." Lan couldn't stand it anymore. She looked straight into her mother-in-law's eyes and choked. "Since the day I entered this house, I've always tried to be accepted. But you've never considered me a family member. You've always compared, criticized, and then personally corrected everything I did. I've endured, but today, I'm tired." Hung, as usual, was silent. She turned to him, her voice trembling. "Have you ever stood by me? I just needed one word, one fair statement, but you've chosen to remain silent for the past 2 years." Mrs. Mai turned her face away. "If you find living here too uncomfortable, then pack your things and leave this house. There is no shortage of people who know how to cook." Lan nodded, calmly. "Yes, I will go. But you know, today's braised fish dish is the last time I cook in this house. This is the first and last time you see me stay silent for so long." Lan packed her things and left at night. No crying, no holding back. A year later, she lived in a small apartment, opened an online food channel. The best-selling dish? Traditional braised fish, but she transformed it in her own way. Not too salty, not too sweet, no need for caramel, no need for harshness. People call it the dish, the taste of tolerance. One evening, Mrs. Mai happened to watch YouTube and saw a video of a customer reviewing the dish. "Healthy braised fish, eat it once and remember it for life. I heard it was a dish a daughter-in-law once cooked. Criticized it and threw it away." Mrs. Mai sat there silently. She said nothing. She just walked into the kitchen, opened the cupboard and took out the clay pot. carefully washed it, poured in the fish sauce, put in a few slices of galangal, and for the first time, she braised the fish without adding too much. She remembered Lan's eyes that day, and she understood. There were losses that could not be re-seasoned.